This is a video on how I made the Backrooms. Super easy song to make. Probably one of the easiest songs I've made from start to finish. Zero hiccups, zero thought. I was kind of like monkey braining this whole thing. I mean, this song is made of 5 elements, right? Like the synth, the bass, vocals, drums, and more vocals. It's 2 chords, the whole thing. F major, B flat major. It's kind of just like one of those scenarios where melody is king. What I did was I kind of did like an AABC melody structure, which is only something I'll explain in retrospect, but I don't go into songwriting thinking, oh, I'm going to do this structure. It's what feels right in the moment. And then afterwards you're like, oh, wow, I did that. So the best way I can explain it is like the first 2 bars of this sort of melody are the same melody basically. And then the third one changes it up drastically, and then the fourth one is kind of a callback to the original melody but takes it to like the pinnacle or like the height or like the climax.
I get lost in the back rooms. The walls cave inside of my mind. No, don't let it crack through. Supersonic speed, I'm running at. You can't catch me if you try. I'm running at the back rooms.
Not that complicated. I low-key freestyled this entire shit. I didn't have the lyrics written anywhere until I emailed them to my mailing list subscribers. First, let's take a look at the synth. This is kind of like the building block, the catalyst for all of this. Really weird, cool instrument. So whatever note you're playing on the synth, it has a second layer that plays the same note but 4 semitones down. And so it's basically kind of creating a chord for you even when you play one note. And so I played this chord progression out. And then the second thing I did was do like the starter drums, which was like immediately after that, I found out the intro vocals, pre-chorus vocals, whatever the fuck you want to call them.
I get lost in the back rooms. The walls cave inside.
This is the original takes. I didn't re-record this. That's when I wrote it. That is what I recorded. And that's what is on the song. And then when I came up with this first section, I knew that it had to lead somewhere. It had to go somewhere. Once I figured out that this synth existed, and once I figured out that melody, I was like, oh, it has to drop into something crazy. Natural thing to do was to make it drop into like a halftime breakdown. So I found this decap loop. I mean, those are the drums for the song. And then I was like, okay, so let's build a drop. So let's take that main synth, bump it up a whole octave. And then let's add some guitar, because that's the whole vibe of this album. Hella guitar, wherever we can. Guitar and synths. Easy enough, right? And then you add some basic bass, which this, I don't even know if you're going to be able to hear it if you're watching this on an iPhone or on a laptop speaker, but it's super sub bass. You add it all together and you got fucking... Alright, so the verses, completely freestyled, like I said. And all you have going in the verse is this. Just one of the guitars, the bass, the sub bass, the drums, and just straight up vocals. The vocals and the synth are the king of this song. It's basically just left, right, center, and it kind of sounds like one homogeneous being is singing at this from all angles.
I'm working up a sweat, babe. You get that?
Added a couple harmonies.
Busting through the sidelines.
Then we get to the bridge, and the bridge is also entirely freestyle, whatever came to my head at the time. So I was like, okay, so we got to add some extra thing to the bridge. But I didn't want to change the instrumental. The instrumental sounds so nice. So we're going to keep all the elements, but add like basically a vocal layer of just these oohs. And they're just looping. We'll just make the vocals super fucked up. So I put, I think the meta tune or something that I put on here.
Supersonic, I go hyperspeed.
So you can see this bridge also does that same melody structure.
Supersonic, I go hyper speed. You want that good shit, I got it on me. But you a realist, and it makes me bleed. I will walk it till my deathbed at 23.
It's the same shit. And then the song kind of repeats, you know, and the second verse, obviously we did like a much faster verse. And this was also freestyled. Super satisfied with how this shit came out. I think my favorite part is the bridge. I'm looking forward to making more shit like this in the future, even if it's for other people, to where it kind of just flows out of me and it's not planned or super difficult. It was super fun to make. I mean, one of the tenets of songwriting, right? Simple instrumental, catchy melody, crazy drop. It's got all three. The most important part of this that I would like to mention is that I wanted this to sound like a 2017 SoundCloud remix. And so I put distortion on the output. I put distortion on the whole song on the stereo output, which is like a pretty big no-no. This is overdrive distortion. And without it, it sounds kind of weak, in my opinion. It's almost there. But once you start slamming this distortion, bro. Everything starts just, it sounds glued. I think I did that to one of the other songs on this album. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. If not, peace.